Court documents now revealing the man accused of murder.
Imagine waking up one morning to the news that chills you to the bone. A young woman, full of life and dreams, has vanished without a trace. But this is no ordinary disappearance. It's a nightmare darker than anyone could imagine. This is the haunting story of Paige Strickland, a name now etched in tragedy, a life brutally stolen in the most horrifying way, a burned body found in a barrel, a murder that shocked the community and shook the world. How could such a nightmare unfold? Who would do this? And why? Before we dive deeper, here's a warning. This story is not for the faint-hearted. The details are painful, the twists are shocking, and the truth, well, it's more disturbing than you might expect. A body, burned beyond recognition, discovered inside a rusty barrel deep in the woods. At first, investigators thought it was an accident, a cruel tragedy. But as the layers unfolded, a chilling truth emerged. This was no accident. This was murder. But even more shocking, the arrest of Logan Rogers, a man whose name would become synonymous with suspicion and horror in this case. You might be wondering, who was Paige Strickland? A vibrant woman in her early 20s, known for her warm smile and infectious laughter. She had dreams of a future filled with hope, love, and happiness. But those dreams were shattered in the cruelest way possible. And Logan Rogers? Who was this man? And what connection did he have to Autumn? How did he go from someone on the outside to the prime suspect in a murder that stunned the nation? This case, wrapped in darkness, dragged on with twists so sharp they cut deep into the hearts of everyone following it. The investigation was not just difficult. It was a battle against secrets, lies, and a terrifying silence. But this story isn't just about crime. It's about loss, about a family torn apart, and about a community desperate for answers. And as we peel back each layer, you'll realize just how complicated and heart-wrenching this case truly is. Now, before we get started, if you want to hear more stories like this, stories that expose the truth, reveal hidden mysteries, and tell the victims' stories with respect, then make sure to subscribe to the Crime Timeline 1. Hit that like button and comment below your country and what you think about this case. Your support helps us bring these stories to light. Let's begin with the day Paige Strickland went missing. It was a day that started like any other. But for Autumn, it would be the last time anyone would see her alive. Her family remembers her last moments with heartbreak in their eyes. They say she was happy, hopeful, unaware of the dark storm heading her way. But how does someone just disappear? No note, no warning, just silence. And what about the barrel? How did a burned body end up inside it, miles away from the life Autumn knew? The questions piled up, and so did the fear. Police launched a desperate search. Neighbors, friends, and strangers joined hands. Every lead was followed, every clue chased. And then came the chilling discovery. A body, charred beyond recognition, inside a barrel hidden in the woods. The news spread like wildfire. The investigation took a dark turn. From that moment, everything changed. Logan Rogers became the prime suspect. But who was he? How did the police connect him to Autumn? Was this the end of mystery, or the start of a much bigger nightmare? In the next moments, we'll walk through the heartbreaking timeline, the shocking evidence, and the twists that no one saw coming. You'll hear from people who knew Autumn and the chilling details from the investigation. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear is real. It's raw, it's emotional, and it will grip you from the first word to the last. Remember to subscribe to the Crime Timeline 1. Like the video if you want justice for Autumn. Comment below your thoughts, your prayers, and your country. This is not just a story. It's a fight for truth. It's a call for justice. And it all began with a day no one will ever forget. Flashback storytelling. The discovery and crime scene. The night was cold and silent. The kind of silence that makes every sound sharper, every shadow deeper. The wind whispered through the trees. And somewhere in the distance, an owl hooted softly. But in one forgotten corner of those woods, peace was shattered forever. Suddenly, a scream. Sharp, terrified, desperate. It sliced through the night like a blade. The scream came from a nearby campsite where a group of friends had gathered for a weekend getaway. They had been joking around the fire, unaware that their world was about to collide with a horror they could never have imagined. One of them stumbled upon something dark, something they wished they never had to see. A rusty metal barrel, half buried in the dirt, with strange, smoky odors curling from inside. With trembling hands, they pulled back the lid, and the nightmare revealed itself. Inside was a body, burned, broken, almost unrecognizable. A brutal silence fell over the group as the reality sank in. This was Paige Strickland. The woods that had once been a place of quiet beauty had become the setting for a story that would haunt the nation. Flashback to just days earlier. Autumn was laughing, her eyes sparkling with hope. The kind of hope that belongs to someone who believes life will treat her kindly. She was full of dreams, dreams that felt close enough to touch. Her family remembers that last day vividly. She told them she was going to meet some friends. Then she would be back before dark, but she never returned. That night, something terrible happened. Back in the woods, the air was thick with smoke. The smell was harsh, bitter, like burning flesh. Officers arrived at a scene no one could have prepared for. The barrel was charred on the outside, the ground around it scorched. Investigators knew immediately this was no accident. This was an attempt to hide something too awful to face. In the hours that followed, the story unfolded like a dark nightmare. The victim, Autumn, had been targeted, attacked, and killed in the most brutal way. The fire was meant to erase any trace of who she was, but it could not erase the pain, the fear, the terror she had felt in her last moments. The investigators began their work with grim determination. Every inch of the area was combed for clues. Forensics experts searched for anything that might tell the story of what had happened. And then, the police found a shred of hope, a piece of evidence that would lead them closer to the truth. The question was no longer who, but why. Who could have done this? And more terrifyingly, why would someone commit such a horrific crime? The answer began to take shape when the name Logan Rogers surfaced. He was not a stranger to some in the community, a man with a shadowed past, tangled in rumors and secrets. But no one expected him to be at the center of such a dark story. How could a man so ordinary become the face of such horror? The case quickly became a desperate race against time. Families cried out for justice. The community was gripped with fear, and the police worked around the clock. In the weeks that followed, each new detail was more shocking than the last. Autumn's family faced endless pain, holding on to hope even when the darkness threatened to consume them. The police pieced together the final hours of Autumn's life, revealing a terrifying picture of betrayal, violence, and silence. But the story was far from over. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered secrets that no one wanted to hear. Dark truths about relationships, betrayals, and hidden anger. And Logan Rogers? His name became synonymous with suspicion. He was arrested, but the case was just beginning. The trial promised to be a battle, one that would uncover the raw pain of a shattered family and a community demanding answers. This case was more than just a crime. It was a story about lost innocence, about lives destroyed in the blink of an eye. And it all began on that cold night, when the scream shattered the silence and a terrible secret was finally unearthed. Before we continue, remember to support the Crime Timeline 1 by subscribing, liking this video, and commenting your country and thoughts below. Your support keeps the truth alive and helps bring justice to voices too often forgotten. Next, we will explore the heartbreaking timeline of Autumn's final days and the chilling investigation that followed. Character Deep Dive, the people behind the headlines. When we hear about crimes like this, it's easy to reduce the story to cold facts. A victim, a suspect, a crime scene. But behind every name is a real person. Someone with hopes, dreams, fears, and a story worth telling. Today, let's look closely at two lives forever changed by tragedy. Paige Strickland and Logan Rogers. Paige Strickland was more than a name on a police report. She was a young woman full of life. Her friends describe her as kind-hearted, with a laugh that could brighten the darkest room. On her social media, photos show a bright smile, a love for family, and dreams that seem so close, yet tragically out of reach. She was a loving daughter and a friend who always put others first, says a close friend. Autumn had this energy about her, a warmth that made everyone feel safe. Her family remembers Autumn as someone with big dreams. She wanted to build a life filled with love and success. She had plans to start a career, maybe even her own business someday. But those dreams were stolen, cut short by a violence that shattered everything. Autumn's story is heartbreaking because it's so relatable. She was someone many could see themselves in, full of hope, full of plans, full of life. Now, let's turn to Logan Rogers. Unlike Autumn, Logan's life was marked by struggles and shadows. He was not just a suspect. He was a person with his own complex past. Friends and neighbors describe him as quiet, sometimes withdrawn. Some say he kept to himself. Others hint at darker sides, anger, secrets, and a troubled history. Logan always seemed like he was fighting something inside, said a neighbor. You never really knew what was going on with him. His social media painted a different picture from Autumn's, often filled with cryptic posts and messages that hinted at pain and confusion. How did a man like Logan become linked to a crime so brutal? What led him to a moment that changed both their lives forever? The contrast between Autumn's hopeful light and Logan's troubled shadows makes the story even more tragic. As the investigation unfolded, these two lives collided in a way that would leave scars on everyone involved. Friends and family on both sides found themselves caught in a whirlwind of emotions: grief, anger, confusion, and a desperate need for answers. Autumn's family remembers her laughter, her dreams, and the warmth she brought to their lives. She was our sunshine, her mother said through tears. And now, there's only darkness where she used to be. Meanwhile, those who knew Logan struggled to reconcile the man they knew with the accusations he faced. Was Logan truly capable of such a horrific act? Or was there more beneath the surface? This case is not just about crime and punishment. It's about human stories. Stories of love, pain, hope, and heartbreak. As we continue, we'll explore how these two lives intersected in ways no one expected. Before we move on, please support the Crime Timeline 1. Subscribe for more real stories told with respect and truth. Like this video if you want justice for Autumn. Comment your country and share your thoughts. Next, we'll dive into the chilling investigation that revealed the truth behind this tragic case. Would you like me to continue with the investigation details now, or add personal interviews and quotes? Layered storytelling with many cliffhangers. The story of Autumn Paige Strickland's murder is full of twists, secrets, and moments no one saw coming. To understand what happened, we need to break it down, piece by piece. Each detail uncovers a new mystery, and every answer only raises more questions. Section 1. The disappearance. It started like any other day. Autumn told her family she was going out, expected back by nightfall, but she never returned. Her family reported her missing, fearing the worst. Police launched a search, but days passed with no sign. Then came a shocking tip. A burned barrel found deep in the woods. Was it connected to Autumn's disappearance? Mini cliffhanger. What was inside that barrel? And who would do something so cruel? Section 2. The crime scene. When officers opened the barrel, the smell of smoke and death hit them immediately. Inside lay a body, badly burned, almost unrecognizable. Forensics began their painstaking work, searching for clues. How would they even identify the victim? Mini cliffhanger. And then, a surprising discovery changed everything. Section 3. The identification. DNA testing confirmed the worst fears. The burned body was indeed Autumn Paige Strickland. Her family's heartbreak was unimaginable, but police needed more. Who was responsible? Mini cliffhanger. And that's when the name Logan Rogers came up. Section 4. The suspect. Logan was known in the community, but not everyone saw him the same way. Some described him as troubled, others as secretive. Police searched his home for evidence. What they found would shock everyone. Mini cliffhanger. A hidden secret, locked away in his property, waiting to be uncovered. Section 5. The evidence. Among Logan's belongings, police found something strange. Traces of accelerants, suggesting the fire was set deliberately. There were also messages on his phone that hinted at a dark obsession. Mini cliffhanger. But what was the motive behind such a horrific crime? Section 6. The motive. Investigators uncovered tensions between Logan and Autumn. Rumors of arguments, jealousy, and betrayal. Could this explain the violence? Mini cliffhanger. Yet, some pieces of the puzzle didn't fit. Who else might be involved? Section 7. The unexpected twist. Just when it seemed the case was clear, new evidence emerged. A witness came forward, claiming to have seen someone else near the scene that night. Mini cliffhanger. Could there be more to the story? Was Logan truly acting alone? Section 8. The community reacts. As news spread, the community was divided. Some demanded swift justice for Autumn. Others questioned the police investigation. Mini cliffhanger. What secrets were people hiding? And how far would they go to protect themselves? Section 9. The arrest. Logan was arrested, charged with murder, but his defense promised to fight. Mini cliffhanger. What would the trial reveal? Could justice really be served? Section 10. The road ahead. This case is far from over. The pain, the questions, and the search for truth continue. Before we move forward, don't forget to subscribe to the Crime Timeline 1 for more true crime stories told with honesty and respect. Like the video if you believe in justice for Autumn. Comment below your thoughts and country. Stay with us. The full story will be revealed soon. Would you like me to continue with the investigation and trial details next? Or focus on interviews and eyewitness accounts? Evidence and investigation with suspense. The investigation into Autumn Paige Strickland's murder was a complex puzzle. Every piece of evidence held secret, and every discovery deepened the mystery. From the very beginning, investigators were baffled by what they found. At the crime scene, the burn barrel was a horrific sight, but it also held clues that refused to be ignored. Forensics teams carefully collected samples, ashes, soil, even tiny fragments of clothing. DNA testing confirmed the victim's identity, but the cause of death remained unclear. Was it fire or something else? Investigators asked. Then a key piece of evidence emerged. Traces of accelerants. Chemicals used to start the fire were found inside the barrel. This wasn't just an attempt to hide the body. It was a deliberate act to destroy evidence. Investigators began piecing together a timeline of Autumn's last hours. CCTV footage from nearby streets showed her walking alone at dusk. But there was one strange detail. A car seen following her route. Its license plate partially obscured. The mystery deepened. Who was driving that car? And why? Meanwhile, police searched Logan Rogers' home. Inside, they found items that raised suspicion. Clothing stained with unknown substances, and digital devices with deleted messages. Forensic analysts worked tirelessly to recover deleted texts and calls. Some messages hinted at a volatile relationship between Logan and Autumn, but others were cryptic, like pieces of a puzzle that didn't quite fit. "We can't rule out the involvement of others," a lead detective said. Then came a breakthrough. A witness came forward, claiming to have seen Logan near the woods the night Autumn disappeared. But there was more. The witness mentioned a second figure, someone who quickly disappeared into the darkness. Was there an accomplice? Or was this just a red herring to confuse the investigation? Detectives revisited every detail with fresh eyes. Maps of the area showed hidden paths and places where someone could hide. Police dogs traced scents that ended abruptly near an abandoned shed. Inside the shed, they found more disturbing evidence. Tools that could be used to commit violent acts. Could this be the location where the crime started? Or a place to hide? Every clue raised new questions. Was Logan protecting someone? Or was he being set up? Public interest soared as the case unfolded. Social media exploded with theories, accusations, and pleas for justice. And all the while, the investigators pressed on, determined to uncover the truth. Before we continue, if you want to see more stories like this, please subscribe to the Crime Timeline 1. Like this video if you believe in justice for Autumn. And don't forget to comment your thoughts and your country below. Stay tuned. The deeper we dig, the darker the secrets become. Would you like me to keep going with trial details next, or focus on forensic reports and expert interviews? This section keeps viewers engaged by involving them in the investigation's twists and turns, perfectly suited for a gripping true crime documentary, The Grim Discovery. It all began on a cold morning in early March 2025. a hiker in a remote part of Johnson County, Oklahoma, stumbled upon something horrifying: a large metal barrel lying off a dusty trail. Curiosity got the better of him, and as he peeked inside, he found the burned remains of a human body. The sheriff department was immediately called, and forensic teams rushed to the scene. The body was badly burned, making identification tricky, but investigators suspected it was a young woman, based on the clothing fragments and personal belongings found nearby. Who was she? From the start, the team thought this could be Autumn Paige Strickland, a 24-year-old woman reported missing by her family just a week earlier. Autumn had last been seen leaving her apartment in nearby Tulsa, supposedly going for a night out with friends. Her disappearance had already made headlines, but no solid leads had emerged. Now, this grim discovery seemed to confirm the worst fears. The first clue: the barrel. Investigators carefully examined the barrel itself. It was an industrial-sized, rusted metal drum commonly used in factories. Oddly, it had distinct markings, a faded serial number and a company logo. But when detectives contacted the manufacturer, they were told this exact barrel had been sold to a scrap yard in a neighboring city, about 50 miles away, just 2 weeks before the murder. Here's where things started getting interesting. Why would a barrel recently bought at a scrap yard end up in the middle of a remote forest? Was the killer trying to hide the body in a place where no one would look? CCTV footage, a new lead. While investigators pursued the barrel's origin, they requested surveillance footage from around the scrapyard. The footage revealed a pickup truck hauling multiple barrels late at night. Suspicious activity, for sure. The truck's license plate was partially obscured, but with some digital enhancement. Police identified it as belonging to a local man, Logan Rogers, a 32-year-old with a criminal record for theft and assault. Logan Rogers, prime suspect? Logan was quickly brought in for questioning. He claimed he was just transporting scrap metal for his job and had no idea anything suspicious was happening. But here's the twist. A neighbor of Logan's came forward, saying they saw him arguing heatedly with a young woman in the days before Autumn disappeared. Some witnesses even reported hearing loud noises, like a struggle, coming from his property. The mysterious phone call. Then, investigators discovered that Autumn's phone had last pinged near Logan's home just hours before her disappearance. Her phone records also showed a series of mysterious calls between her and an unknown number, later traced back to a burner phone linked to Logan. Was this just coincidence? Or was Logan involved more deeply than he admitted? Forensics, what the science says. The forensic team worked tirelessly to analyze the burned remains. Despite the fire damage, dental records matched perfectly with Autumn Paige Strickland. Toxicology reports revealed traces of sedative in her system, something that could have rendered her unconscious. This suggested she was likely incapacitated before the fire started. The fire, accidental or deliberate? One big question remained. Was the fire set intentionally to destroy evidence, or was it an accident? Fire investigators found traces of accelerants in and around the barrel, gasoline and lighter fluid. This clearly pointed to an intentional attempt to burn the body and cover up the crime. But here's the catch, a strange red herring. During the investigation, another man came forward, claiming responsibility for the crime, but his story didn't add up. His alibi checked out, and no evidence linked him to the barrel or the fire. Why would he confess if he wasn't involved? Was he trying to protect someone, or was he just seeking attention? This false lead threw the investigation into chaos, making detectives question every assumption, unraveling theories. By now, the theories started piling up. Theory 1. Logan Rogers acted alone, killed Autumn in a fit of rage, then tried to burn the evidence. Theory 2. Someone else was involved, maybe a second person helped dispose of the body. Theory 3. The whole thing was staged to look like murder, but it was a tragic accident gone wrong. Visual. Infographic listing the theories with question marks. Police reports leak. What's behind closed doors? A leaked police report showed an anonymous tip claiming a secret meeting between Logan and a known gang member weeks before the murder. Could this link the case to a larger criminal network? You be the detective. At this point, you might be asking, how did Logan get the barrel? Why did Autumn's phone ping near his home? Who else could be involved? Was there any motive beyond what we've heard? I want you to think hard about the clues we've uncovered so far. If you were on the investigation team, what would you focus on next? What's next? As the story unfolds, Logan Rogers was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. But the trial will reveal more secrets, including new witnesses, unexpected confessions, and perhaps the real motive behind this horrific crime. Final words. This case is a maze of mysteries, and every clue adds a new layer to the story. I'll keep you updated as more evidence comes to light. If you want to see the latest developments on Paige Strickland's murder case, hit that subscribe button now. Don't forget to like this video and share your theories down below. Who do you think really killed Autumn? Was it Logan Rogers acting alone, or is there more to this story? If you want more real, gripping true crime stories like this, subscribe to the Crime Timeline 1. Don't forget to like the video and comment below. Share your thoughts and where you're watching from. Shocking twist. Hey everyone, welcome back to Crime Timeline. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your support really helps us bring you the most gripping true crime stories. Today, we reach the emotional heart of the Paige Strickland case, a moment that shook everyone involved to their core. The moment when the investigation took a shocking turn nobody saw coming. So, sit tight, focus up, and prepare yourselves. The calm before the storm. For weeks, investigators have been piecing together evidence, following leads, questioning suspects. Logan Rogers sat in custody, denying everything, his story full of holes, but no confession. The community was desperate for answers. Autumn's family, devastated, clung to hope that justice would come. But what no one expected was how this case would explode into something far more complicated and heartbreaking. The unexpected confession. Then, on a cold morning in April, the breakthrough came. Logan Rogers, after hours of intense interrogation, suddenly broke down. His walls crumbled. The calm, defiant suspect turned into a man haunted by guilt. "I didn't mean to do it," he whispered. The room went silent. Investigators leaned in, hanging on every word. He confessed. Not only had he killed Autumn, but there was more, much more. The fire in the barrel, the sedative in her system, that was all part of a desperate plan to cover up a crime that spiraled out of control. What Logan revealed. According to Logan, the night Autumn disappeared started like any other. He claimed they met by chance at a bar where they talked, laughed, but things quickly went south. There was an argument. Words turned violent. Logan said he never meant to kill her, but in the heat of the moment, he pushed her. She fell, hit her head, and lost consciousness. Panicked and scared, Logan did the unthinkable. He drugged her, placed her in the barrel, and set it on fire, hoping to destroy all evidence. But here's the twist. According to him, he was not acting alone. The hidden accomplice. Logan dropped a bombshell. He claimed someone else was involved. Someone he trusted. Someone who helped him plan the cover-up, and even helped dispose of the body. This revelation shocked the entire investigative team. Until now, they had believed Logan acted alone. The name that changed everything. The accomplice? A name that sent chills down the spines of everyone listening. Emily Harper, Autumn's best friend. Emily, who had reported Autumn missing. Emily, who had appeared devastated on the surface. But according to Logan, behind closed doors, Emily had a secret. She and Autumn had been arguing about something serious. A secret Autumn refused to share with anyone else. Why would Emily be involved? Logan claimed that Emily feared Autumn was going to expose something that would ruin her life. A secret so big it would destroy friendships and reputations. So, Emily confronted Autumn that night. The argument turned physical. Logan said he was only trying to stop them from fighting when everything spiraled out of control. Investigators dig deeper. This confession sent investigators racing. They immediately brought Emily in for questioning. But Emily denied everything. She was calm, composed, and insisted she loved Autumn like a sister. Yet, the detectives knew better now. They had to find the proof. Shocking evidence emerges. Within days, forensic analysis uncovered traces of Emily's DNA on the burnt barrel. traces that could only have been left during the disposal of the body. And there was more. Messages found on Autumn's phone between her and Emily suggested a falling out over a huge betrayal. Cryptic but chilling. The emotional toll. Back with Autumn's family. The news hit like a tidal wave. Voice softens further, slower pace. Her mother broke down on camera, tears streaming. I trusted Emily. I thought she was family, she said, voice shaking. It was a gut punch to everyone following the case. Betrayal from within the closest circle. The trial that followed. As the trial began, the courtroom was packed. Every revelation added new layers to an already tangled web. Logan's detailed confession and Emily's stone-cold denials set the stage for a battle that gripped the nation. The emotional twist nobody expected. And then came the testimony of a surprise witness, Autumn's younger brother. He revealed a secret no one knew, that Autumn had confided in him weeks before her death, about fearing someone close to her. She never named names, but her fear was real. A jury divided. The case wasn't just about evidence anymore. It was about trust, betrayal, and the dark secrets that people hide. The jury struggled to decide. The emotional weight of the confession, the shocking DNA evidence, and the heartfelt testimony left everyone torn. What do you think? At this point, I want to hear from you. Do you believe Logan's confession? Was Emily really involved? Or is Logan trying to drag her down to save himself? Could there be even more dark secrets hidden beneath the surface? Final emotional reflection. This story reminds us that sometimes the most dangerous threats come not from strangers, but from the people we think we know and trust. If you're feeling the weight of this story, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, join Crime Timeline so you don't miss any new updates. Comment below with your thoughts. Who do you think is truly responsible for Autumn Paige Strickland's murder? To honor victims like Autumn Paige Strickland, join our community at the Crime Timeline 1. Subscribe, like, and comment your opinion. Every voice matters in seeking justice. Viewer engagement. Hey everyone, welcome back to Crime Timeline. If you're following the Autumn Paige Strickland case closely, now's the perfect time to pause and really think about what we've uncovered so far. Before we dive into the next part of the investigation, I want to hear from you, the big question. So, here's what I want to ask all of you. If you were a detective on this case, what would be your next move? Would you trust Logan Rogers' confession? Or would you dig deeper into Emily Harper's involvement? Or maybe you think there's someone else, someone we haven't even talked about yet? Go ahead, take a moment to think about it. Think like a detective. You've heard about the burned barrel, the mysterious phone pings, the argument, the sedatives, and the shocking confession. But cases like this are never straightforward. What piece of evidence would you prioritize? The DNA evidence? The conflicting testimonies? Or perhaps the anonymous tip about gang involvement? If you were in charge of the investigation, what would be your strategy? Would you re-interview witnesses? Check for new surveillance footage? Search for financial or digital trails? Or look into hidden motives that don't seem obvious? What would you do? Think about it deeply. Because here's the thing. Sometimes the smallest detail cracks the whole case wide open, and you might be the one to spot it. So please, comment below with your thoughts. Don't just say, I think it's Logan or it's Emily. Explain why. What evidence or behavior convinces you? Your opinion matters, and it might even help someone else see the story in a new light. Your theories matter. Some of the best true crime breakthroughs have come from armchair detectives sharing ideas online. If you notice inconsistencies or potential clues that we haven't covered, tell us. Maybe you have a theory no one else thought of. Crime Timeline 1 family. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Crime Timeline 1 so you can stay updated on this case and many more gripping true crime stories. Make sure to hit the like button if you want us to keep bringing you detailed, in-depth coverage. And don't forget, your comments really help the video reach more people who are passionate about solving mysteries, more than just a case. Remember, this isn't just a story about crime. It's about real people. Autumn, her family, Logan, Emily, and everyone affected. Your engagement keeps the conversation alive and honors the search for truth and justice. I'll be reading every comment. I promise I read every comment. So don't be shy. Share your honest opinion. ask questions, or even challenge a fact we've discussed. The more you engage, the more we can build a community of true crime fans who think critically and respectfully. What's next? After hearing from you, we'll continue the investigation, breaking down new evidence, revealing more shocking details, and following the twists that keep coming. So, take a moment right now. Think carefully. What would you do if you were in this situation? Justice can't wait. Subscribe to the Crime Timeline 1 now for updates and exclusive stories. Smash that like button, comment your thoughts, and let your voice be heard. Comment below. I'm waiting to see what you think. Thanks for being part of Crime Timeline. Your voice matters. See you in the next video. But until then, keep your detective hat on. Legal drama and courtroom details. Today, we're diving into the heart of the legal battle. The courtroom drama in the autumn Paige Strickland murder trial. The trial begins. The courtroom was packed. Reporters, family members, and the public waited anxiously as the judge called the case to order. Logan Rogers sat at the defendant's table, his face a mixture of nerves and defiance. The prosecution was ready to make their case, armed with Logan's confession, forensic evidence, and new revelations about Emily Harper's possible involvement. Opening statements set the tone. The prosecutor's voice was firm and unwavering. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what we have here is a tragic and senseless murder. A young life cut short, burned beyond recognition, hidden in a barrel, but justice will be served. Defense counsel strategy. Logan's defense attorney responded. My client maintains his innocence regarding the full extent of these accusations. While he admits to some involvement, he was not acting alone. We will prove reasonable doubt exists. Witness testimonies began. The first witness to take the stand was Detective Maria Hernandez, lead investigator on the case. Her testimony detailed the painstaking process of gathering evidence, piecing together the timeline, and uncovering key clues. During the search of the property, we found the burned barrel with the remains inside. DNA analysis linked Logan Rogers and Emily Harper to the scene, she testified. Emotional testimony from Autumn's family. Next, Autumn's mother took the stand, her voice breaking as she spoke. I just want justice for my daughter. She was bright, full of life. She didn't deserve this. Her emotional testimony brought a hush over the courtroom. Cross-examination sparks tension. Logan's lawyer tried to dismantle the prosecution's case, questioning the reliability of the confession and pointing out inconsistencies. Detective Hernandez, can you confirm that no other suspects were considered? Could there be more to this story than just Logan and Emily? The detective's steady reply. Our investigation was thorough and all evidence points to the defendants. The shocking testimony of the surprise witness. One of the most dramatic moments came when Autumn's younger brother was called. He spoke softly but firmly. Autumn told me she was scared. She didn't trust Emily anymore. The courtroom fell silent. Prosecutors closing argument. As the trial neared its end, the prosecutor made an impassioned plea. Justice for Autumn means holding those responsible accountable. Logan Rogers and Emily Harper orchestrated a brutal cover-up. You must see through their lies. Defense's final words. Logan's lawyer closed with a call for reasonable doubt. Remember, a confession given under pressure may not be reliable. My client deserves a fair trial. Jury deliberation and verdict. The jury retired for hours, tension mounting. When they returned, the courtroom held its breath. The verdict? Your opinion matters. Before we reveal the outcome, I want to hear from you. Who do you think is guilty? Was Logan truthful, or is Emily hiding more? Comment below with your thoughts. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to Crime Timeline 1 yet, please do. Like the video and share your opinion. It really helps us keep this channel going. Verdict and aftermath. The jury found Logan Rogers guilty of second-degree murder, and Emily Harper was convicted as an accomplice. The judge sentenced them both to lengthy prison terms. Reflections on justice. This case leaves us with many questions about trust, betrayal, and the lengths people go to hide their secrets. It's a sobering reminder that truth and justice often come at a high cost. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, where we'll explore the impact of this case on the community and the ongoing fight for justice. Hey, if you're into deep true crime stories, hit subscribe on the Crime Timeline 1, like the video and drop a comment. We want to know what you think. Broader impact and social commentary. Today, we're stepping back from the details of crime itself to look at the bigger picture, the wider impact of the Paige Strickland case on society, justice, and mental health. Because cases like this don't happen in isolation. They expose cracks in our systems and shine a harsh light on uncomfortable truths. Mental health and its role. First, let's talk about mental health. A critical issue connected to this case. The defendant, Logan Rogers, reportedly struggled with untreated mental health challenges. Many experts have noted that in cases involving violence or extreme actions, untreated mental health problems often play a role. This raises questions. Are we doing enough to identify and support people at risk? Could intervention have prevented this tragedy? And what about the trauma experienced by Autumn's family, her friends, and even the community? Mental health support for victims and their loved ones is often overlooked. The justice system under scrutiny. Next, this case also exposes flaws and challenges in the justice system. Logan's initial confession, Emily Harper's denials, conflicting evidence. All of it shows how complicated justice can be. Questions arise. How do we balance protecting the innocent while ensuring the guilty face consequences? Is the pressure on suspects during interrogation ethical? Are juries equipped to handle complex emotional trials without bias? And what about the length of time it took to reach a verdict? Prolonged legal battles can be devastating for families seeking closure. Media influence and public opinion. Another major factor is the role of media in shaping public perception. From the moment Autumn disappeared, the case captured headlines and social media feeds. But the media often simplifies complex cases into sound bites, sometimes fueling speculation or bias. We have to ask, does media coverage help or hinder justice? How does sensationalism affect the privacy and dignity of victims' families? And what responsibility do creators and consumers have in sharing information respectfully? Here on Crime Timeline 1, we strive to balance telling the story with sensitivity and respect. Social issues highlighted. Beyond these, the case highlights broader social issues. Trust and betrayal among friends. Emily Harper's alleged role shocked many because she was Autumn's best friend. It reminds us how complicated human relationships can be. Substance abuse and its consequences. The sedatives found in Autumn's system open a conversation about drug misuse and its potential dangers. Violence against young women. Autumn's murder sadly joins a long list of similar cases worldwide, underscoring ongoing concerns about safety and prevention. What can we learn? So, what can society learn from this tragedy? We need more comprehensive mental health services, better legal protections, and media literacy that encourages critical consumption of news. We need to foster communities that support victims, promote awareness, and work together to prevent future tragedies. Your voice matters. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think this case teaches us about mental health, justice, or media responsibility? How can we as a community do better? Want to stay updated on chilling true crime cases like this? Subscribe to the Crime Timeline 1. Comment your theories, and be part of our community as we uncover the truth together. Comment below and share your thoughts. Your voice adds depth and meaning to this conversation. Final thoughts. Paige Strickland's case is more than a crime story. It's a mirror reflecting our society's strengths and weaknesses. By understanding the broader impact, we honor her memory and commit to building a safer, more compassionate world. Closing cliffhanger plus subscribe prompt. But here's the truth. The trial is far from over. What's next? Right now, Logan Rogers is behind bars, and Emily Harper is facing serious charges. But there's more coming. New evidence is still being reviewed. Witnesses who once stayed silent are now coming forward. What does this mean for the case? Could new developments change everything we think we know? Unanswered questions. For instance, what really happened the night Autumn disappeared? Why were sedatives involved? Was there a larger network of people involved? The prosecution and defense are preparing for appeals, and the defense is pushing hard to challenge some of the key evidence. And there are rumors, just rumors, about possible new suspects being considered. your role in this story. This case isn't just about the past. It's about what happens next. And that's where you come in. What do you think will happen? Will justice be fully served? Or will this case get even more complicated? Stay connected. To keep up with every twist and turn, you have to subscribe to Crime Timeline 1. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Like and comment. If you found this video insightful, please give a thumbs up and comment below with your predictions, theories, or any questions you have. I read every comment and love hearing from this amazing community. A final thought. Remember, every piece of the puzzle counts. Together, we can keep searching for truth and justice. Thank you for being part of Crime Timeline 1. Your support means everything. Stay tuned, because the next chapter of the Paige Strickland case will be just as gripping, maybe even more so. Thank you so much for watching this video on the Crime Timeline 1. Your time and support mean everything to us. If you want to see more real, gripping true crime stories, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay safe, stay aware, and we'll see you in the next video.